Oh, damn it.
Right. I wonder if my head is correctly framed. Look. And this down a little bit. And that down a lot a bit. Oh. Move the microphone closer to my face hole. Hi. Hello. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm BoredGamer. Everyone is braced for CitizenCon. I'm excited for CitizenCon. We've got a good video coming out tomorrow. Oh, thank you very much for the kind words. Appreciate it. Thank you. Star. Very, very kind. So, CitizenCon tomorrow. It is about 25 hours away from the start of CitizenCon-ish. Probably sooner than that if you are actually physically attending the event. I know some content creators and some other people that are involved in CitizenCon are having rehearsals and orientation and stuff like that now, apparently, which is pretty cool. So I hope everyone has a great time that's actually going there. If you're watching it live, great. I'll be watching it live as well. I'll also be pumping out videos throughout the day, whether that be my own cuts of their panels or summaries of those panels, and that sort of jazz. We'll be doing both of that, all of that. So that should be a good laugh. Very much looking forward to it. There's a ton of stuff at CitizenCon where we might go over some of the stuff we're expecting in the panel, because we have the schedule of those. Some of the stuff's moderately vague exactly what it is, and there's likely to be more stuff going on there. But I think that starts at around 5 PM UTC. So yes, that'll be good. And if you prefer to just watch the event afterwards, or any certain panels, or just the summaries, got you covered. Do not worry. Will you be staying up for 48 hours straight for CitizenCon? No, that'll be mental. So what I will be doing is getting a video out tomorrow morning my time, and then getting ready for CitizenCon, eating well just before CitizenCon starts. Zin's gonna be working the weekend as well, and effectively what I'm going to be doing is watching CitizenCon panel, getting all that together as a summary, and sending it to Zin to edit something quick together, bam, pump it out. So we get lots of the summaries of the panels, and I can watch the next panel while she's working on the previous video. Hopefully we'll be able to get a chain of videos and summaries and stuff together. I'm not sure if CIG are going to be putting the stuff out immediately on the channel as it's broadcast. Because of the nature of it, I would suspect they probably won't. So I might do my own cut of it. Things like that. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be very cool. Obviously it's a 2-day event. I'm much more interested in creating summaries of it and understanding what's going on, rather than I am staying up for 48 hours, which would be mental. I promise you, at the start of the 25th hour without sleep, I'm not going to be making much sense. Less than normal, if you could believe that. What else have we got? I'll be around if you want to do any kind of live event for CitizenCon. We'll see, but it's people that are recording at CitizenCon, great. I'd love to see any footage or cool stuff later. That'd be amazing. If someone after the first day's panel, if someone is around and they are on Discord and they want a video call or whatever, call, potentially do something. It's Zin, Z-I-N. All lowercase as well. How she does the name. It is more a gamer tag, Zinia, than it is her real name. I'm tribal, not dox and expose. CitizenCon starts at like 6 AM for me. I'd never be expecting someone to wake up that early and do a stream on it. I got up at 6:30 today to do stuff on 3.21. So Alpha 3.21 is now live. It doesn't have replication layer stuff in it yet. That's going to be coming later on in the 3.21.x branch. We'll bear that in mind. The A1 Spirit is available. It is a tactical bomber. And what I mean by that is it is a bomber that you can apply to sort of the battlefield on moving targets. Very cool ship, for sure. But it loses its multi-role sort of thing that I really enjoy. I'm really into the C1, which should be coming in the next 3.21.x patch. Some cool stuff in that patch, for sure. And we'll talk about that in a bit. MPCDN, thank you very much for the resub. Much appreciated, genuinely. If anyone wants to further support the stream, you can become a Twitch sub. You can use the join button under my YouTube videos, which is basically a YouTube sort of sub in the same way that's a Twitch sub, you know what I mean? And there's some little bits and extras you get as well. And there's direct donations and things like that as well. Just whatever. If anyone wants to go extra mile, feel free to. Don't worry if you don't. Or, yeah, just commenting and getting involved with the streams really helps me. So yes, hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're all excited. If you've got any questions, question in brackets. My internet went down earlier and I had to use my second line, so and that's not suitable for streaming. So if it does go down again, apologies. What's your view of the meaning of life in Star Citizen? Have fun, chill out, make money. It's sort of you're pretty in Star Citizen. You're pretty elite, right? You own a ship. You can earn a load of money. You're not immortal, but you are can come back to life because of the cloning. Sort of similar-ish to Eve, except there is more finality to a lot of stuff. You're very very privileged in that universe, and I think it's sort of enjoy it. Randy Durnall, thank you very much for a load of subs. Oh wow, it's gifted 5 people, forcibly subbing them to my channel. Much appreciated. Oh, you star. Thank you. It's a big old help. What else have we got? 07 is a salute. Little dude doing need an egg. Egg 7. I mean, yeah. We could do 07. We could do 70. Minute. Can't do a 70. Break my arm. I heard they were testing some server meshing features in the PTU early this morning. Did any of that make it into the patch? Not that I'm aware of. I was asleep this morning, and then when I woke up, I was doing 3.21 stuff. I haven't heard of anything, but I haven't actually actively looked. I was like getting some bits out on the A1. I'm getting 3.21 stuff done. I'm getting so a video go out tomorrow, which will be the history of Star Citizen and its sort of major milestones in CitizenCons leading up to this CitizenCon. So I'll start talking about 2012 when it was announced, and then look at CitizenCons, Gamescoms, PAXes, and some major milestones in between there as well. That's quite a fun video to do. This is the first time a ship has gone flyable without a lifetime insurance war bond sale. So, the A1 is available with 120-month insurance, whether you buy it war bond or normal or the store credit. Ships, the first time they are sold, whether it be concept or straight to flyable, the first time they are sold ever will have lifetime insurance available with them, or if they're sold in a pack with a ship that has that's on sale for the first time ever. But yeah, so the A1 has been previously sold in concept, but it does not come with lifetime insurance and with the war bond sale. That's how it works, just every time. What's CitizenCon? It's a Star Citizen fan fest, which has now been kind of taken over as a Star Citizen birthday party / promotional event / development fest, where they show all of the a huge amount of development information and cool and wow stuff about Star Citizen, typically with a gameplay demo. I know you were asking for the sake of the general stream flavour, but it's appreciated, Samietti. Does the map of CitizenCon Hall look like a printed circuit board to you? All I see. Let's have a look, and let's talk about this very briefly.
Tricksy little
Boop.
hobbitses.
Thanks for the videos. Love your Conant.
Bombgata, thank you very much for the resub, and that's very much appreciated. Thank you. Very kind. I appreciate people watching my content. So let's bring up this debris. Oh, it looks a bit like a circuit. Yeah, okay, fair. A little. So, interesting as this section, which is now called Welcome to Pyro, which clearly looks like it's got computers and chairs there. Very similar setup to when they had Theatres of War at 2019, but it's called Welcome to Pyro. Suggests to me that there'll be a Pyro build there to play. Or something like that. A really 4.0, but it's not. It's going to be, you spawn in Pyro and can mess around doing mission in Pyro. Something like that. It might be the gameplay demo is available to play. Whatever gameplay demo they're probably going to show is available to play by people that are attendees, as they're otherwise known. We've got the life-size dragonfly you can ride on, made by JR Fabrication. There's merch. There's cool community booths. There's social area. There's a content creator sort of area. Food, pubs, all that sort of stuff. Pubs. I assume there's a bar there. I assume there's the Grim Hex bar, whatever it was. JR Fabrication there. Yeah, I think that's going to be pretty cool. And obviously, you've got the big stage, and we've got a load of awesome-looking panels. On the first day, first panel, Shaping the Verse. And this is the one I don't know what's going to be in it the most. It's potentially the longest panel as well. Shaping the Verse, the future of Star Engine, from Pixel to Persistent Universe and everything in between. Join us as we showcase the power and depth of Star Engine, enabling the seamless scale that pushes our games to the cutting edge of industry, technology, and beyond. What are they going to show there? Is that going to be the gameplay demo? Because Destination Adventure on the second day is where I assume they're going to show a gameplay demo, but maybe they're going to show 2 gameplay demos, and they can show pretty much anything, because they use the term from Pixel to Persistent Universe and everything in between. Everything. Could be anything and everything, right? I'm not planning to stream CitizenCon myself. There'll be lots of other watch parties and people going to be there and stuff. I'm going to be making videos and summaries throughout. And that's my plan. I feel like I'm sort of stealing other people's well-earned viewership as well. If I'm going to be streaming, and I stream quite rarely. I'm a video creator for the most part, and that is what I shall be doing. I've seen it said that they've nerfed risky salvage missions. Do you know if they did? I have not played much in the way of salvage since 3.21 came out. I just checked to see that it worked, so I don't know if they've been nerfed. They may have been changed for the sort of spawn rates of stuff. It's possible for sure, but I don't know. Summer Yeti gets percentage-based raises. Unfortunately, he earns no money, so doubling that, I'm happy to double it every year, to be honest. We'll talk more about some of these panels and stuff in a minute. Sure. What else have we got here? How's life? Yeah, I'm doing alright. I'm on a diet at the moment. I've done keto and stuff before, so but I like food too much and all the foods. So now I'm just sort of trying to eat a relatively balanced diet, sort of a good breakfast. I'm having overnight oats. I'm sort of being sensible in what I eat and trying not to overwhelm my liver. I'm not not drinking pretty much at all. I've set a goal for myself to never be drunk again. Like genuinely, never drunk again. I'll have an occasional drink. Last time I was inebriated was at Bar Citizen, which I wish I had not been drunk at. So, what time does the live stream start tomorrow? I believe it's 5 p.m. UTC for the countdown and pre-stream and pre-show. What else have we got? Anyone making an alt account to get a hoverquad? Oh yeah, so an additional referral bonus at the moment is a hoverquad with copperhead skin. Do you think we'll get to see Pyro? At the very least, see it. I'm thinking that attendees there might be able to play a build of it. I think that we could see Pyro in testing potentially by the end of the year. Will it be a server meshed Pyro? So, it's unlikely, because they obviously haven't tested the replication layer, even in the preview build. What time frame do you think they'll get the Polaris in our hands? I think it will be in our hands by the end of next year. When was the last time you played Star Citizen? This morning? I have multiple accounts. I've got 2, which I think people know that are mine, and I've got another 2 that I use for... because basically I like to be everywhere in the verse, effectively. Yeah, I like to be all the major locations to do content when I need to. And so I play Star Citizen pretty often. I haven't sat down for ages and just played Star Citizen for me, and just like ground missions without any filming or anything like that. And I might do a bit more of that. Also, probably early next week, Sid and I will be playing a load of Gun Rush, spooky Gun Rush as well now. And for Day of Fire, everyone's a skeleton. Have you ever thought of doing a handlebar mustache? No, even now, my brain is preventing me from thinking about it. I forgot what your question was, because my brain's thinking, have you ever thought of doing a handlebar mustache? No, and my brain's stopping me from thinking about, have you ever thought of... I could do that forever. That's... Bam. Is the Ares Ion great again? It's significantly better than it was after it got nerfed. Does BoredGamer come with that lifetime insurance? Only the first time I was ever sold. 120 months insurance. Mate, I wonder how much months insurance I've got before I, have my warranty void. I hope you're doing well, Infrarunners. Not sure who is running your channel as Execute. Hope you're doing well, sir. No, who was on the account. Do you think they'll release Pyro for CitizenCon? No. I mean, it's possible that they... Okay, so it's possible they could go, we are putting Pyro in the game without server meshing, and you can choose it as a spawn location. Right? It's possible. It is incredibly unlikely. It's possible. It's much more likely that there'll be a build that attendees can play that has Pyro. If you'd like to ask a question in brackets, so I can pick it out from the just general chat. According to the progress tracker, work on the Polaris wraps up in December. So, they only show a lot of work up until December at the moment, because then they sort of replan the roadmap stuff in January. And even if it was wrapping up, the work that was scheduled on there, I don't think any downstream teams have been scheduled on there, so there'll be a load of work still needed. So, just sort of be aware of that. It's much more likely that you'll have it by the end of next year, in my opinion. Potentially sooner. Do I think we'll see it at Fleet Week? So I think we'll see an update of it in the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo this year. And yeah, we could see another update at Fleet Week. Or do you think they will show static server meshing working in any form? Yeah, I think they'll show it in a panel. Yeah. At CitizenCon. They'll give us updates on it. They'll show it in some sort of working environment. Obviously, they've got some form of working prototype, at least internally, for server meshing stuff and for replication layer, bits like that. Do you think it's possible that they release Pyro as a separate server until server meshing comes out? As I said earlier, it is possible. Do you think they will show any new FPS weapons, like the Parallax Electron Rifle? So there's a load of the Vault stuff, right, that's, I know, important for Squadron, but I don't see any reason why they can't bring all the Vault weapons into Star Citizen's Persistent Universe. And there's a load of weapons that they could potentially bring in, yeah. But they'll probably show off a load of new stuff. Do you live in the UK? And how do I move there from the USA, lol? Yes, I'm in the UK and get a job here. I think it's moderately easy to move to the UK. I've got a lot of friends that have done it. But I've never looked into it myself because I am a UK citizen. When will they start testing the replication layer? Good question. Probably in a couple of weeks. Yeah? They probably just want to get CitizenCon out of the way, get some of the devs back, and then deploy that pretty soon to the preview build. The preview build, slightly different from a standard PTU sort of, or Evocado build or whatever. They literally sort of mirror the live servers and the current build, and then add something, and then go, bam, let's get this stable, test. And if there's any updates to the live build, those updates will go into the preview build, along with fixes for the new thing. And then once it's ready, they sort of just push that to the live build. So hopefully you have less problems and we don't have terrible problems with like persistent entity streaming in 3.18 that we had. I quite like the A1. I do think it might be a very good meta ship for Jumptown and for some missions. I don't know how effective it will be at the Orison eliminate missions and that sort of stuff. So it might be. If bombs still pass through structures, then very. If they don't, then it might still be effective in some places. That was not me in a chicken outfit. I'll be dressed as like an egg. How much do you think the new Scout will cost? Let's wait and see. I think like another $10, $15 for the Scout and Explorer. When you buy your new house next year, that is the plan. Will you do a landscaping project to add some bushes and lava rocks to your front yard? Probably not. I don't know. I will probably, so genuinely, have just a nice drive, just a concrete pressed drive, something like that. Just clean, smart, done. Don't need plants on my driveway. I want it to be functional and have mates come over. I don't have a car, but I'll either rent out the space or have mates come over and they can park there. I'm a very practical boy. What else have we got here? Thoughts on the Ardent Paint being exclusive to new A1 pledges? No standalone. They might allow it to more pledges in the future, right? And you're going to be able to have much more free reign at painting, I believe, in the future. So, my thoughts on it are, when is CitizenCon? So tomorrow, 21st of October, 5 PM UTC is when the sort of early stream starts from CIG. Field reporter checking in from LA. Would you want a video of early check-in today? I mean, feel free to get pictures and film anything. I appreciate that, Trailblazing, mate. Got a couple of people that are at CitizenCon that are either going to potentially video phone in later in the day after the first day or get some footage, that sort of stuff. I do appreciate it, Trailblazing, mate. Have fun, though. As the con started, notes tomorrow. It's about 24 hours time. 24 and a half. It is pretty hype, though. I'm pretty excited. What else have we got here? Will static server meshing have all concurrent players sharing one instance of the PU? Is that dynamic server meshing? So that's potentially what dynamic server meshing will allow. Static server meshing. So with the replication layer being added, basically multiple servers can be, and static server meshing can be plugged into a single shard. So you just have multiple servers on a shard, a server representing an area of space, probably 4 or 5 per shard. And that goes, here's one for Microtech, here's one for Hurston. Yeah, bam, 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 like that. And dynamic server meshing allows for a server to spin up and spin down based on population of an object container. You can go an individual ship can be a server, individual room can be a server, and they can be nested in each other as well, and that's shared seamlessly. It's dynamic server meshing, quite far away still. Static server meshing, incredibly close, because basically the replication layer being added is almost static server meshing. They just need to plug multiple servers into the replication layer. How do you think Quantum's going? So you're talking about the dynamic universe simulation. So I think there's probably quite a lot they can talk about and start showing off now. I do think we're going to see Bounty Hunting version 2 by the end of the year, which will contain a lot more quantum stuff. I do think the simulation stuff is getting there. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to be implemented at each stage, but we're going to see more and more of the economy and pricing and encounters driven by probability volumes and quantum stuff, and missions and encounters and lots of jazz. No doubts. We should see an update here at CitizenCon. Or at least soon. Do you think there'll be Twitch drops during CitizenCon? I think there'll be social media drops. I doubt there'll be Twitch drops. Because they would have probably warned us. And probably had pre-sign-ups and stuff. One of the reasons to have Twitch drops is go, we're going to be doing this soon, get ready to watch. There's no point in just going, we've got Twitch drops if you're watching. Do you know what I mean? You think Jared will be juggling flags at CitizenCon? So hopefully he's got a very set goal to present and keep the live stream contiguous and connected during the in-between panel bits. Right, because there's loads of stuff they can do in between presentations. They can have panels afterwards. They can have much more free-form Q&A. They can walk around the show floor. They can show off a load of different type of stuff and talk to different devs and community members. What's your number one quality of life request? Probably star map. Probably a non-fiddly updated star map. That's the thing that annoys me the most. There's so many things. That's probably the thing that annoys me the most. What else have we got? I haven't tested to see if stations repair, refuel, and rearm properly again now. I think they should. Yeah, so the A1 Spirit is available from $175. And it comes with 120 months insurance, $200 if you use store credit, $200 if you use store credit, not 200 months. Do you think we'll see salvage munching, which is now called structural salvage with 4.0? They're making progress with structural salvage, for sure. It depends on when they think we're going to release 4.0. We'll definitely see it next year. Structural salvage, right? Today's my birthday, I'm 38 now. Oh, congratulations, I'm also 38. Maybe my nursing home will let me have a computer play Star Citizen when it comes out, but maybe they won't. You think you're still going to be alive when Star Citizen comes out? Maybe doing well. Yes, I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. My diet's going well. I'm doing a lot of exercise. I'm even lifting things, heavy things. I will have muscle one day. Here we go. Oh, wow. Bored, he's haunch. Right, I want to show you a couple of things. Better show this thing first. Oh, let's turn off the subtitles. And let's actually show you the thing. Let's actually pause the audio, boy. The 3.21 out is the launch trailer. Either coming from the bottom where possible. There's a cool steel evidence mission there. There's a load of new platforms at Orison to do missions on, and the old ones to be reactivated. Lots of clear missions there. Cool stuff with underground bunkers, with the assignment missions you can see here. So quite a lot of mission stuff actually added to 3.21. A1, we'll look at the A1 in a second again. And obviously an A1 had not assaulted there previously, because they would have done that before they came in. Oh, but they've taken out their friends. Huh. So bear with me. Rawr, the son of bear. This is the A1 trailer, which I very much liked. So this immediately is, I want to be a farmer. Is this a homestead? Is this a Pyro homestead? Dogs. This is what shows the Spirit A1 to be a tactical bomber, or a versatile one. Because very much drop them on moving targets, taking control of the field.
Feel it in the atmosphere.
Very cool ship.
The spirit.
Much more looking forward to the C1 though. It's a lot cheaper, the C1 as well.
Keeping the universe safe
C1 will be released in a 3.21.x patch.
and secure. Forge the future you want to see.
Very cool ship.
The A1 Spirit from Crusader Industries.
And size 5 boom booms. Which is a lot of boom boom. And I do think it's going to be very useful for Jumptown. It's going to give you a lot more stamina, right? And a much more sensible sort of deployment of ordnance. About that release trailer, are landmines in now and working? So there's laser tripwires, which are very much in. IPG, after Pyro and server mission is done, how quickly do you think other systems will take to be implemented? So I do think that Nyx is being worked on in parallel, as is the Odin system. So I do think we could say within potentially 6 months, we could see Nyx come out after Pyro, and then Odin come out 6 months after that with Squadron 42 sort of thing. I think that's quite possible. They will chain together as well, conveniently. And you've got things like Magnus, which would be quite a simple system for them to do, which is connected to Stanton, Terra. More complex system, very complex system, but they're probably working on a load of stuff for that. Potentially is needed for Squadron 42. Or at least some of the architecture is needed. What are you most looking forward to, CitizenCon? The whole thing. I mean, the gameplay demo is probably going to be some of the most interesting stuff. If they've got any big ship reveals, the ship panels are always pretty good. But just the whole thing, really. But gameplay demo, if I had to pick one thing. If you could have one Star Citizen ship IRL, what would it be? 890 jump would be pretty nice. Could you use it in the ocean? Fly around with it. It's got a, if I die in real life, I just respawn in my medical bay there. Right. Got a spa. Pretty good. Pretty good choice. Pretty big, though. Next 2024? I'm hoping so. Let me... There we go. What was I doing? Probably some sort of live stream. What's your favourite ship to do general missions around the verse with? Cutlass Black. Well, Cutlass Red a lot of the time now. They're sort of my daily drivers, Cutlass Black. Do you think Star Citizen will put... CIG will put my anus in game? I think it's unlikely. Oh, it was your anus. Do you think the replication layer test channel will be released after CitizenCon? Yes. I think within the next couple of weeks. That'd be my guess. Won a platinum ticket yesterday. Oh, congratulations, Sketch Therapy. Are you a teensy weensy bit jealous? I bought an F8. Don't care. It's bought one. Use that YouTube money to buy one. Sketch Therapy. Can you do that? Yeah, that's what I thought. We need player bases. Yeah, totally agree. So I also think that bases need to be able to build anti-bomber defenses, right? As well, to some degree. You think we'll get base building in the next year or so? The potential for minor base building and like deploying turrets and deploying stuff and homesteads and stuff, there is a potential there. Not on a huge scale. And maybe sort of spawning at and living out of other homesteads is a potential within the next year. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Crucible. Or, as we all know it to look like, Master Chief. Looks identical to Master Chief from the front. Google it. What would be better to run a red or a black general missions? I'm thinking the healing would be a massive benefit, but the loss of cargo space sucks. It depends what you're doing, right? I like the Cutlass Red. I think it looks cool. I like turning on the Ninors. Ninor! And obviously if Sin and I are playing together, it's great because there's med beds that we can use there. Did you buy an A1? I've got a C1. I'm not going to be buying an A1. I've flown the A1. Yes, I was flying it around loads this morning. Popo are around. I can hear them outside. Do you think the Cutlass Black to C1 will be a viable upgrade? Assuming that you can actually... The C1 is slightly more expensive than the Cutlass Black. Yes, I think that's a viable upgrade. Right. I want to test them properly against each other because I think the C1 might be a fantastic sort of alternative to the Cutlass. It's kind of a two-person cruise ship rather than a three-person cruise ship. The Cutlass being 3 crew really, and the C1 being kind of 2 crew. I'm not much of a fan of the A1 because I prefer the multi-role nature of the C1 and its cargo. I quite enjoyed the A1. I need to do some proper runs with it. Do you think we'll see the C1 on or before the Incategory Space Expo? Yes. On or before. Do you foresee the Pioneer with Nyx? No, I think the Pioneer's still a bit further out. And that sort of level of base building factory stuff. You are going to be able to build bases without the Pioneer, they said as well. How many real people do you think it will take to actually use the large multi-cruise ships? So I actually think it feels to me like they're trying to reduce the size of crews necessary for them. So I think you can probably run an Idris with like 7 people. Yeah? Optimally, it might be 20. And then security and marines and anything else you want to bring along. Right? It depends exactly what you're doing there as well. Like, do you want to have pilots on board to fly ships? You probably, yeah? To fly some fighters. But I do think they're going to be run at a lot smaller scale with the amount of people needed for them, especially with AI blades and stuff like that. Just stick with the cargo, the Cutlass Black. The C1 only has 48 SCU of cargo space. I might just have both, right? I like the look of the C1. I like the feel of this. Well, I like the look of the Spirit series. I really enjoy the. I like the way the A1 looks and the way it flies. Would you think CIG would be open to adjusting ship prices in different regions? For example, the F8C is $260, but in Australia it's $411, almost half a grand. Well, it's Australian dollars though, right? They're not USD. But yes, I do think they would be open to regional pricing. Where were you buying your main apartment in Stanton when they're available? Orison or New Babbage? I like the look of Orison. I really like Microtech, the sort of foresty biomes there I think are really cool. Not a fan of snow, but foresty biomes, they're not really snowy. Do you think modular ships are worth the dev time versus just making variants? Yeah. I think once they've got the modular and they've got the resource management systems and stuff like that, it's sort of kind of a larger room version of that. I think it's worth it, and it will make customization much more awesome. Will base building be restricted to ground only? Or will we be able to build in space? So the only real building we know is on the ground. And we'll be able to build space stations and other things in the future. Maybe. We do know we're able to deploy mines, and some of those mines will be turret mines, effectively placing turrets. We do know there are ships like the Endeavour, which can deploy its rear section. Just leave it as like a lab in space. So, when is the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo? Towards the end of November. Do you think the new star map will allow for player creator markers? I think we're going to see a load of that at CitizenCon. So yes, I think that we're getting, relatively soon, we're getting better ways of scanning, both in FPS and in ships, but also interacting with the environment, navigation sort of tools, pinging, setting our own custom locations for waypoints, and just a better star map. Yeah, I'm looking forward to all of that. I'm pretty sure all of that is coming. CIG previously said space stations too. So I believe they said previously, as part of the earlier website funding, and I say early, it's not earlier website funding, that there was the ability to manage space stations. Let's have a look. We have the tools and the internet with us. So rather than saying you could build space stations, I think they implied you could fight over them and manage them. Star Citizen funding, I think. This up. They have done really well with the F8s being on sale. Wow. And yesterday saw a peak as well. So typically they sort of bring in about 90,000 a day, sort of passively when there's no sales running. I say passively. And since the F8 went on gold ticket sale. So not everyone's going to be able to buy them. They do. I mean, it's relatively easy to find a golden ticket, admittedly, but it's just one ship. But there's been a load of sales, and obviously lots of people need store credit as well. So it's an interesting one. And on the first day of the F8 sale, they made 1.7 million. So pretty big amount of money I'm getting from that F8. So station. Manage space stations. So it implies management of space stations rather than building. Players will compete to own and operate a limited number of space stations across the galaxy. So rather than building them, this particular stretch goal, as it were, was about managing and capturing them. So you sort of fight over them. Obviously, lots of evolution since then. It's really, yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. Wish we heard from Chris as much, because Chris was putting letters from the chairman out every $1 million, and if he was having to do that now, he'd be doing them constantly, boo, 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 just ploughing them out. He'd have to just be writing letters from the chairman. What else have we got? You already know the end to the Artemis storyline Zin is narrating. It's got me riveted. So, it's available to read as serialized fiction. I've only read up to where Zin has got. That's as far as I've got. So I'm sort of, Zin is... I'm not sure if Zin's read to the end. I suspect she has. Because she went, it's a fantastic story. Yes, she must have read it to the end. And she was telling me how the final couple of episodes might have to be multiple parts, especially the last one. With this replication layer, will it allow them to up server population? Potentially. The server, static server meshing will allow more people to be in the shard. So it's not server population that will be upped, it will be shard population that will be upped. Are we doing a free fly this weekend? I would expect the free fly to start very soon. And we know we're getting the one at Intergalactic Aerospace Expo in November. I would expect a CitizenCon free fly. Because they've got the referral bonus that's available at the moment for a hover quad and copperhead skin, which normally goes free fly time. You got 3 Furies to fit on an A1 rather than in, yeah? Sort of on it. Sort of clipping them to it. Can you tell Zin that we love her and her work on the Artemis series? Yes, I will. Actually, she's aware that people quite enjoy it. She reads the comments, and I relay a lot of comments as the videos come out. But I'm glad people are enjoying it, because I don't have a huge amount of work for Zin to do all the time. So at the moment, as soon as tomorrow hits, we're going to be busy until sort of end of November. Actually, maybe middle of December. Yeah, sort of really busy period. And then again, we're super busy around the Fleet Week and stuff like that. But some of the time, there's only sort of like 4 days worth of work, or 3 days worth of work to do in a 5-day week. And things like the lore that Zin does, and the silly ads she does at the end for NordVPN stuff, those are good filler to give her something to do and to learn and to get her skills better and to justify employing her for full time. But she very much wanted to do lore on her own. She was like, cool, I want to do this. I was like, fantastic. On her own for the channel. But very much her wanting to do that. At least that's how I remember it. Yeah, I can imagine a javelin being run with a crew of 12. You want some of the turrets to be run. I do think you'll have to have AI blades, sort of, and AI crew as well. Or NPC crew. Zin's my second favourite board employee. I will let her know. She's in my top 3. There's a referral bonus right now. Yes, for the hover quad. Does the Hull C work now? So there are still some problems with it. I think they are trying to solve it ASAP. So it might be a hotfix for it, like, potentially later today. Although there are some fixes for the Hull C that have gone in. Hey, Bored, I ended up with 2 spare tickets. Do you know someone I could give them to? No. It might be worth doing it on Twitter or messaging CIG. That's a big shame. Hopefully you'll be able to find them at home. Why are you so lovely? Just the way I'm made. I appreciate that. That's very kind. So I hope that I'm reasonable and informative on my streams and for my videos. Sort of what I want to be. I want people to sort of enjoy watching them. I want them to have fun when it's time to have fun. Oh, and not a second sooner. I appreciate that. That's very kind. Will the Bangle carrier ever be owned or operated by players and orcs? So, yes, they eventually, yes. They implied that was the plan as well, and you'd be able to like buy them or find them in the verse and sort of repair them up. But that would be a huge project, sort of thing. Text is getting deleted. Breaking news, Pyro coming to Star Citizen in 2025. I mean, show your sources. I think it's unlikely. Hopefully, we'll have Pyro in some form in testing by the end of the year. I think at CitizenCon we might see it in a build. And I'm hoping that we have it live by Q1 next year. But that's just sort of see. We'll have to wait and see. If you're gifted a ship that's not in-game, do you get a loaner for it? Yes. That's how it works. So if you gifted a C1 at the moment, you get an A1 as a loaner. There is so much stuff to remember in Star Citizen and so much change that's gone on. Even with the most latest information, stuff like that might have changed or might not be accurate anymore. And so keeping anything in your head from, oh, they said they were going to be able to build space stations. I mean, it's quite possible they might in the future. But the original stuff with space stations was managed space stations that we'd fight over. And no one is expecting you to remember all of that. That's more kind of my job as a sort of daily content creator on Star Citizen. Do you think they will eventually make refilling the Starfarer pods easier? Yes. I think we might see that by the end of the year. It might be significantly easier. I do think they're moving towards more cargo refactor stuff and the cargo elevators potentially later this year. I appreciate all the kind words. Thank you very much. Like, genuinely. That's very kind. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the C1. Hello, hello! Will static server meshing improve FPS missions? So, anything that improves their netcode and that sort of stuff with the replication layer, generally more optimized netcode, server meshing stuff, should make the AI work more consistently. So, potentially, yes. You could potentially just make them work and make them work properly. Are Stowaway still added to comms list? So, I think they are currently. As soon as the missions, not missions, the trespass system's added, which will be the I believe trespass is being added in 3.20.x, 3.21.x, at some point during this cycle. That will make sure that they're no longer added to comms, and if you discover a stowaway on board, you can deal with them however you want on your ship. You can just blow them away and not get a criminal rating. and they'll be aware that they're trespassing. Does the Spirit have an entrance close to the cockpit, or is it only the back ramp? I think it was only the back ramp. I think it was only the rear ramp. I didn't actually check in my video. Do you think they will have to rebalance the AI after overtuning them to compensate for lower FPS? They're definitely going to have to tune them, for sure. I think that once they've got the net code and the AI stable, I think balancing them to not be just insta-kill you is fine. They'll tone that down significantly immediately. I think that'll be pretty easy. I think then getting them to a really good state's the hard thing. Bengal Carrier's an absolutely cool ship, but it's very big. Do you think that the CT not having a tractor beam will be a problem for the cargo effector updates? Does it not have a tractor beam? That would be annoying. You can do it all by hand and stuff, right? And it's sort of, it's big enough that you can carry ships with it, so you could carry a ship with a tractor beam inside it. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Rock DS. Maybe when it gets lots of different utility mounts and stuff, maybe in the future. Any word on info running? So data as cargo and info running, we haven't had much on. I do think it's something that they can bring into the game in the not too distant future. I do think it's just a UI thing, allowing for that. Think we could see the Banu Merchantman soon? No, so they've stopped the development of the Banu Merchantman, as far as I'm aware, to work on a chain of RSI capital ships, with the Polaris being the first one. I do think we'll see a Polaris update real soon. I think we'll see the Polaris in our hands by the end of next year. And then they're going to be working on the Perseus and the other one, Galaxy? Have you seen the A1 turret in action? Those rails are going to be very cool for the C1 tractor beam. So yeah, it's got basically the similar sort of rail system for the Scorpius has. So it can be deployed on top, or it can be deployed on the bottom. Pew, 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 pew. I'm looking forward to the Mercury Star Runner having data running for sure. As of October 2023, we are 11 years into the project. What are your predictions for Star Citizen 11 years from today? Oh, 2034, I don't know. Oh, God. We'll have a release date. I don't know. I'm hoping that we have a few dozen star systems. At least a few dozen. I mean, hopefully and potentially we could have all the 120 that they had planned. We'll have to sort of wait and see. I don't know their methodology for releasing star systems. What I do know is that we only need like a dozen for a live version 1.0 of Star Citizen, right? I'm not going to be in LA tomorrow. I'm going to be at my home covering Star Citizen from here on CitizenCon. Yeah, but Org 2.0, totally agree. You think we'll see Orgs 2.0 next year? So we need org updates and better party stuff, and seeing people's orgs at a glance, being able to do org wars, being able to share ships, a billion org features that all seem relatively simple to me, need to be put in the game. I'm not sure whether or not there yet. Hopefully we'll see that very, very soon. I'm looking forward to our ship names being legible. Yes, serial numbers and ship names being legible. Deeper customization of ships. I want to be able to paint ships in lots of different colours. Right. Yeah, we're getting a character creator update, that is true. With, it looks like hair and beards, or at least new hair. Do you think docking collars on ships like the Reclaimer will be updated prior to Pyro, as it would impact their fuel/repair stations? It's a good point. That's possible, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it. Obviously, they want to be able to have us refuel from various sources. Some stations at Pyro, although I think it was going to be a lot more expensive, and the sort of area around Pyro is a lot bigger, the space around it. You're going to be getting Starfarers to refuel you as well. If you can paint your ships, how will they sell skins? They'll sell skins. They won't be paints. So I suspect we'll see intricate things like a dragon on your ship and logos and things like that. So something more intricate and interesting they can sell for real money, right? Wow, that's an impressive name, Jaybird. Right. I am going to find someone else that's streaming, because I want to get some more videos and prep for CitizenCon, and then want to have some din-dins. So thank you very much for joining me. It is appreciated. Bear with 1 second. I'm going to find someone that's streaming, and then we'll sort of wrap up. Who else is around? We've got Space Cutlet. Space Cutlet. And a platinum ticket, I believe. We've got Blasphemous. Who else is around at the moment? I'm gonna deploy you with Space Cutlet because he's my beautiful boy. He's a pirate, but you're gonna have to you'll learn to love him. Smash raid. Space Cutlet. Boop. Perfect. Yeah, thank you very much for watching today. Genuinely appreciated. Thank you very much for all of the subs and memberships and monies. I love your money. It's appreciated. CitizenCon tomorrow. It's going to be good. 3.21. It's live now. You can play Gun Rush with spooky skeletons now as well. So that's a good laugh. I encourage you to do that. And we'll be producing loads of videos throughout CitizenCon. 5 PM UTC tomorrow. That's when it starts. 2-day event. And hopefully it'll be good.